Commence primary ignition.
I was the Wampa Ice Creature in The Empire Strikes Back, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to another fabulous news desk here on the Virtual Cantina Network. We are talking Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025. My name is Spencer. I am one of the lead admins for the Virtual Cantina, as well as the world's largest Star Wars Celebration fan group, which you are probably watching on right now, just close to 70,000 members worldwide. Biggest, the largest group out there for Celebration. So thank you very much to all of our family members. So as we mentioned, today we are going to be talking prep for Star Wars Celebration Japan, specifically prep for getting ready for Japan. We'll touch a little bit about the convention itself, but it's really about what you should be looking at to do now as opposed to later. So we got a couple comments in the crowd. Put your name in there. We got right there. We got Ray's on pins and needles. Yes, Ray, we are all on pins and needles. I completely understand that. Also, I want to make sure that we are live right now. So you know, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X right now. But also, we want to make sure that if you want your comments to be heard, that you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook right now. And what you're going to do is you're going to link your Facebook account to StreamYard so I can see your name and you'll not be just Facebook user and answer all your questions or anything of that nature. So please make sure that you take a look at all that. We greatly appreciate that. Also, I want to talk to you about that. We will today talk about this. What does this mean? Yes, we have the Not-So Virtual Cantina 3 planned for Japan on the 17th of April. Things are changing just a little bit, but we will be talking about that a little bit later in the broadcast. Let's see what questions we have. Greatly appreciate, all of you joining us today. So let's just go start right into this, what we're going to start right now. Tokyo is an investment. Going to Japan is an investment. I get that. So right now, what we should really talk about is that if you do not have your hotels booked, I understand that the block is about 30 to 45 minutes away by train, closer to Disney. Trains are fast, but still, it's a 30 to 45 minute trip. A lot of us are also at the APA right now. So basically, what we're recommending is that people start to research where they want to stay. If you're okay with the commute, fantastic. If you're not okay with the commute, try to find some places. The APA opens rooms up fairly regularly, at least once or twice a month. Take a look at that. If you're commenting right now, like you're commenting right now about certain people showing at Celebration, I'm not going to respond to you because you're listed as a Facebook user. Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and I'll put your question up or your query up on the screen right now. We will talk about that again as well. But, however, let's just look at what we have right here as far as some questions are concerned. But as we mentioned, in Haneda right now, in Japan, there are two airports that you should be looking at currently. One is Haneda and one is Narita. Now, Haneda is closer to downtown Tokyo. Narita is closer to Chiba, Now remember, Chiba is where we are going to be for con. And I see the questions right now from Bruce Brown and from Dave. But I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to put your questions up there unless you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and connect your question. I will talk about everything in its time. But so the real question right now is, where are you going to fly into? What is your objective? I know some members of the group are going just to Disney and then to con. I know some members are going to Tokyo and then to con. If you have the ability to switch out your hotels, your flights, and fly into Haneda and leave from Naruto, you'll be a lot happier. Plus also a cheaper cab ride, Uber ride, or train ride on the back end. So just letting you know right there off the bat is that there are ways around this. I have not booked my flights yet, but I'm hoping to book into Haneda and out of Naruto just because of the early flights to leave. I want to make sure that I get plenty of time, to be able to get that kind of scenario. So if you're having sticker shock about your tickets for the flight, we're lucky that we're in November right now. Wait for Cyber Sunday, Cyber Monday, or Travel Tuesday, which are on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of December. So a little under a month right now. The prices will come down significantly because that is the biggest time for travel purchases, especially for holiday season and from there. So I just want to make sure that you are fully aware of the resources that are available to you. I also have a tracker up on Hopper as well as Expedia, as well as Hopper, Expedia, and Booking.com. Just checking the flights. Keep on going, from where you are right now. But keep in mind also December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, Cyber Sunday through Travel Tuesday in order to book your flights. I understand from work, not a problem at all. I'm just busting. But if you also want to go onto YouTube from work, it's also easy as well from there. Not a problem at all. So talking about that as well, just so keep that in mind as far as your dates. But also plan accordingly. Once you book your flights, you could actually book a car to pick you up at your airport for roughly around 60 to 70 US dollars, some to 100, to go from whatever airport you're at in order to go to your particular hotel. So for example, if I was going from Haneda, it probably would cost me roughly about 50 US dollars to get to the hotel I'm staying at downtown Tokyo, or close to 100 if I was flying into Naruto. But like I said, Naruto is closer to Chiba. It's also closer to Disney. Disney right now is right in the middle of Tokyo and Chiba. It's literally right dead in the center. So really doesn't matter what hotel you're going to. If you are going to go to Disney and to con only, I'm just putting out a suggestion. A lot of this is from different sorts of research that I've done, which I'll talk about later on in this broadcast. I just want to make sure that everybody knows exactly what they're getting themselves into. Once again, dates to remember: December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Cyber Sunday, Cyber Monday, and Travel Tuesday. Prices will be a lot cheaper around that time. We'll talk about Tokyo Disney a little bit later in the broadcast. Now, customs and immigration. If you have any sort of queries about where you are and where your countries are and the rulings are, contact your local government or the local embassies to find out if you need to have a visa. Most countries in the world do not have a visa, but there are still some countries that need to have a visa within Japan. So check that out. But when you land, obviously, first and foremost, make sure that your passport is up to date. We are just over 6 months away from a lot of us are going to be in Japan. That's how long it takes for typical passports to be renewed or to get a new passport. So I would go as soon as possible to get your passport. But you are going to get 2 forms when you are about to land in whatever airport you're going to be in Japan. A white one and a yellow one. Those are both your customs and your immigration forms. Those are 2 separate forms. Customs is obviously the one that's going to be tricky because they want to make sure that you're not bringing things that are not of substance into Japan. Also, make sure that if you are taking certain medications, make sure that those are on the acceptable list, especially if you're on high anxiety medication or anything for your health. Talk to your physician, check what's on the list, and see what's there. Immigration is where you're going to, is the form for your passport. Now, what's very interesting is that I know in the United States there's an app, the MCP app, that you could download and upload all your information if you're landing in the United States. There is something similar on digital called visitjapanweb.com. Once again, that is visitjapanweb.com, and that site will allow you to not only digitally put up your customs and immigration forms, but it'll give you a QR code. So once you go through customs and immigration, all you're doing is you're scanning a QR code, they're stamping your passport, or they're checking you in at customs, and you're good to go. So you can fill out the forms. That's completely fine. It's completely old school. But if you go to visitjapanweb.com, and you'll be very much happy in order to be able to take care of what you need to do as quickly as possible. Now, money. Right now, obviously the yen is pretty weak compared to the US dollar. It's roughly about 148 yen to $1 US right now. First thing I would recommend is downloading an app called XE. It's exchange rate. And you can check that with exchange rates across the world and know exactly what you're paying at the current rate you are going to be at for your money is concerned. But what I would also recommend is that a lot of Japan is digital. So you can tap your card. It's completely okay. Make sure your banks know that you're going internationally, unless you can go online and do a check, like a radio button. Sometimes, like on my bank, I could say international charges are allowed. There's a Suica and a Pasimo card. Now, what they are is a digital card that you can put money on in order to pay for your train rides and also at convenience stores, or there's an inordinate amount of vending machines throughout Japan and also the parks. The Suica card, which is great if you have the ISO, which is an Apple base for an iPhone, you can put through your Apple Wallet the Suica card on your Apple Wallet. You can get a hard copy, which they're coming back. There was a chip shortage in Japan, which you can also get at any of the convenience stores around Japan, but you can also get it at the airport. Just something to keep in mind. If you're putting money on your Suica card on your iPhone, on your ISO app wallet, you can only put 20,000 yen, which comes out to 136 US dollars on the card before you max out. I know that because I actually maxed out my card about a week or two ago, and it keeps for about 6 months on the Pasimo card. But if you do the digital version of the Suica card, it will last a lot longer and past celebration. But you can always put money on that card at a particular time. So once again, you can attach, if you have an iPhone, the wallet, you can put a Suica card. Look for the travel card icon in your wallet, and you can download the app and put money on that way. Now, once again, it is very much recommended for the trains and for vending machines, and you can keep on going as well. You could also, like I said, you could tap your card. We are not going to talk about the con right now, about shipping or anything like that. This is all prep to go to Japan. That's a great question. We will keep that question for another day. But I thank you very much for that question. I want to keep it on track of what you need to do to prep to go to Japan. Now, bag transfers. You've been seeing a lot about that, and a lot of people talking about that. You could have your bags transferred if you want to from the airports to your hotel or from hotel to hotel throughout Japan. That's completely fine. However, very few resources are out there to get you same-day delivery. A lot of the places that you go to are going to say it's going to take at least 24 hours before you will get your bags if you are going to ship your bags from your hotel to your hotel, or if you're going to go from the airport to your hotel. So my recommendation is, and this is what we're doing for those who are staying at the same hotel that I'm staying at in downtown Tokyo, have a wheelie or a small bag with you with a change of clothes in it and all your toiletries. Therefore, if you're going to the parks or if you're going to travel around Japan before you go to Chiba, you can ship your bags ahead to your hotel in Chiba. And then when you arrive the next day, your bags should either be at reception or they might even be in your room at your destination hotel. Remember, it might take up to a day for your bags to get to you if you're going to ship. So make sure that you are having, ample supplies and clothing for the next day. I know for a fact right now is that the group that I'm traveling with are going to be in Tokyo pre-con, but then going to Chiba. And also we have will call. Don't forget, people are forgetting. They are not shipping tickets for celebration. It's all will call. So plan for that. So we are going to ship our bags, take a cab or an Uber to Chiba, go directly to will call, and then go to our hotel. Just something you want to keep in mind. There's a great company called Yamato, which has a black cat emblem on it. That's good. There are other companies out there, but do your research. Some hotels don't deal with certain companies as far as baggage claim is concerned. So make sure you talk to your reception when you get there, or if you're a little bit worried about that, do some research before you even get there. Now, let's talk about things you should be packing in your bags and starting to make an Amazon wish list. You want to have an external charger, whether it be the brick or little cubes or something that will plug right into your phone or magnetize to your phone. You want to make sure that you have enough power, especially if you're traveling around Japan, you're taking pictures, you're uploading videos to social media, or contacting people at home. You want to make sure you have charge. So make sure you have converters for there. Now, let's talk about converters. If you go for the traditional 2-prong from the United States, you will be fine. Okay, it's the same power outage and it's the same plugs. However, there is a type 2 plug that is not readily available in Japan. That's the 3-prong plug. So if you have a plug that has the traditional 2 and then the safety plug, which is that third pole it's right in the middle, recommend get an adapter that'll go from 3 to 2 so you can plug in. Once again, you won't need to do another power change like we had to do it in London. But if your item has a 3-prong plug, you're going to need the adapter. So please get that adapter. Good walking shoes. Do not wait to go to Japan to break in those new pair of shoes before con. Start breaking them in as soon as you get them. That way you're not going to have blisters and you're not going to be, worried about issues or wearing a new pair of shoes and not being broken in before you get to con. Toiletries. Keep in mind, a lot of hotels will have extra toothbrushes, shampoo, soap, toothpaste. But if you have your own brand that you want to bring, make sure that you have those. Your hotel will have amenities available for you, but it's always better to be safer than sorry. An umbrella. Weather can be unpredictable in Japan. So please pack an umbrella and probably pack a bag as well. And speaking of bags, Japan does not have public trash facilities. So if you're stopping at 7-Eleven, which 7-Eleven is not like what you see here in the United States, you will need to load up on bags. So if you're packing stuff, you want to pack them in bags, keep a bag, a plastic bag in your backpack. Because if you, let's say you're picking up a bottle of water or soda or a snack or anything of that nature, there's going to be no trash bins on the streets. They keep it very clean until you get to your certain destination or back to your hotel. So that way, I know it's a nuisance to have to carry your bag and carry all the trash with you, but unfortunately, that's the way it is. So make sure you have extra bags in your backpack that you can put in your trash and dispose of it whenever you get to another convenience store or back to your hotel, etc. Now let's talk Wi-Fi. If you have a good phone provider, like for AT&T, it's about $10 US per day for an international data plan, which is not bad. But I don't know what Verizon or T-Mobile have. You can rent a Wi-Fi converter from any of your airports for about $60 to $80 US for the week. And that way you're connected to the internet and will not have roaming charges. You can also download an app before you go to Japan for an eSIM. That way you are not utilizing your full data and being charged with roaming charges at the end of the day. Like I said, I have AT&T, so I'm not terribly worried when it comes to the roaming charges because I'm going to pay $10 a day, which is going to come out to the same amount as it would cost me to have a pocket Wi-Fi. But also don't forget pocket Wi-Fi, which means you need to be charging it every single day and making sure that it's charged whenever you want to go. Keep that in mind. Not all places will have Wi-Fi. So if you are planning to be on social media and uploading all the time and you don't have a good international plan, you're going to want to get Wi-Fi capabilities for wherever you are outside your hotel. Cash. My recommendation is before you even get to Japan, have a couple of $100 US in yen. Go to your bank and get a good rate. You'll get a good rate from your bank. However, if you go to like a convenience store like 7-Eleven, and there are 7-Eleven ATMs at all airports as well, if you're taking out in bulk, like let's just say $500 US, you're going to get a better rate than your bank at the ATM in transitional fees and also your exchange rate than you would get at your bank. But make sure you have some cash on you when you arrive. You can always get more. But like I said, if you go to like a 7-Eleven, or there are they're called 7 ATMs, which are owned by 7-Eleven, which are available at both airports, you can get a better rate if you are taking out in bulk. And I'm talking like $500 or above USD. Moving on, Ubers. They want you to be taking public transportation, whether it be a cab or the train. Ubers are going to be more expensive than taking public transportation. And public transportation in Japan is great. Just by all the videos I've been watching or anything of that nature, you want to make sure that you have it. Now, having the Uber app is good to have anyway. You know it's reliable. But you are going to be paying more for an Uber in Japan. Now let's talk Disney. if you are planning to stay on property at Disneyland Tokyo or by Disney Seas, tickets are available now, but only if you are getting a package to stay on property and get your tickets included. If you are staying in downtown Tokyo or other hotels that are not affiliated with Disney, tickets go on sale 2 months in advance. So if we're going April, tickets will go on sale for the dates that we're going in February. Obviously, we'll let you know on the page where we are and how we're doing it. Because don't forget, we have 2 dates that the Virtual Cantina group is going to be there. First and foremost, on Tuesday, the 15th of April, we are going to be at Disney Seas. And on the 16th, which is Wednesday, we will be having VCN Day at Disneyland. We'll have meetups at both locations on both those days, and we'll let you know where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing as well at a later date. But once again, unless you are staying on property at Disney or an affiliate hotel, you will not be able to go and get your tickets until 2 months before. No. Good question from Facebook user. There is not a hopper. So you would have to buy full day tickets in order to go to both parks in the same day. But they recommend you're going to want to spend full days at these parks, especially also at Downtown Disney over there. Tickets for the parks right now are roughly between $60 to $70 per park, which is about 50% what you're paying in the United States. But also keep this in mind. Whereas it is the Disney brand, Tokyo Disney and Disney Seas are not owned by Walt Disney Company. They're owned by the Japanese government, and they are licensed to the country. So a lot of things you might see in the other parks, you might not see at other parks because of that reason. I can tell you right now, the only Star Wars ride that is available in Japan is Star Tours, and that is at Seas. There's going to be very minimal, if any, Star Wars Japan merchandise at the parks. So keep that in mind. Once again, unless you are getting a package to stay on site, which you can buy now, tickets will not go on sale for Seas or for Tokyo Disney until 2 months before. And don't forget, we will have our dates of going to the parks, if you want to come out the group, on the 15th of April at Disney Seas and VCN Day at Tokyo Disneyland on Wednesday, the 16th of April. Now, when you're going into the parks, you are going to want to pay for the Genie Plus or Lightning Lane. This is reason why I'm telling you this. There could be a 2 to 3 hour wait for a ride like Soarin'. Now, if you've been to Orlando or you've been to California, you know that the lines for Soarin' might not be that long. It doesn't matter what the ride is. The reason why I said Soarin' is because it's a known ride that we have at all the cons that we've been to, if you've been in the United States or if you're going to Japan. But there has been 2 to 3 hour waits for Soarin'. So roughly, if you pay, a fee, I don't know what the prices are going to be for 2025, but you'll be able to get almost like a fast pass or a Lightning Lane G Plus kind of scenario and be able to jump lines, and not have to spend your whole day for one particular ride, which is fine. Now, research. There are amazing podcasts out there, and I watch several podcasts a day about Japan, whether it be going to Tokyo and kind of food, where to visit. A lot of the places, like if you're going to Shibuya Sky or you're going to go to Tokyo Tower or to like the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, just outside Tokyo, you're going to want to book your tickets and your times 2 weeks in advance. If they run out of tickets, it's not like you can just walk up to the ticket turnstile and buy a ticket. you're going to need at least a 2-week window to buy any tickets to any sort of public, like touristy area. So keep that in mind as well. But do your research. Don't leave anything to chance. If you watch shows, there's a great series called Ordinary Adventures. They went to Japan. They have a whole series about Japan, which is great. Star Wars Sith, our boy Tony, has been doing weekly news desk himself, talking about prep for celebration. Paige and Mr. Morrow went to Japan last year. He talks about that stuff as well. There's also some really localized ones like the TDR Explorer, which is fantastic. They do a lot of shows based in Japan. And there's also one called The Adventures of Matt and Nat, where they travel around the world. The latest ones about Japan are absolutely fantastic. So like I said, apps you want to download before you go to Japan. 1, XE. It's an exchange rate app, so you'll know what the exchange rate is going to be at any particular time. 2, Google Maps. Google Maps will help you not only travel, but also let you know what trains to take, where you need to get your trains, and where your connections are going to be, and how many stops. Same as you do in the United States. Having Google Maps is a lifesaver. Google Translate is great, especially if you're going to be utilizing there's an eyeglass system that is on there. With the eyeglass there, you'll be able to put your phone up there and get a visual translation of the language over in Japan. But there's also one called Papagayo, which will allow you to verbally translate. So you speak what you want to say, hit Japanese, and it'll speak to Japanese to the person you are talking to if you're at a convenience store or a pharmacy or anything of that nature that you might need. So definitely get those apps. I'll put them up in the later on in the new on the page. Also, the Japan Transit app is great, but Google Maps is just as good. So make sure that you're checking out Google Maps to make sure that you know exactly where you're going to be and know where you need to go. So before we talk about some stuff that's going on with the Virtual Cantina Network, let's open it up to questions from anybody. Does anybody have any questions in the chat? Anyone? Okay. So we're going to move on in there. Now we're going to talk about the Not-So Virtual Cantina 3. Initially, it was supposed to be at the APA hotel where a lot of us are staying. Now, it's a blessing and it's a curse having the world's largest Star Wars Celebration fan page. Bruce, pack for spring, but bring an umbrella. So, as I was saying, it's a blessing and a curse having the world's largest Star Wars Celebration fan page. Unless you are staying at a European or Americanized hotel in Japan, there are no lobby bars, which the Not-So Virtual Cantina is known for. So, with that in mind, the bar that we are planning on the 50th floor of the APA hotel contacted me and said that their bar is attached to their restaurant and that we would be too large of a group to take over the only restaurant in the hotel. So, with that in mind, they were no longer going to be able to accommodate us for our event, the Not-So Virtual Cantina. With that in mind, we changed things up. We had to, in order to get more people in to the Not-So Virtual Cantina. Also, because of this, it opened up more things for us. With that in mind, I'm proud to announce that the Not-So Virtual Cantina has now become the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. Now, what is the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition? The Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition is the best parts of the Virtual Cantina, Not-So Virtual Cantina, and Ubuntu Eve. Now, if you've gone to past celebrations, you know that Ubuntu Eve is our usual go-to event the night before celebration. And we initially thought that it was going to be too hard of an opportunity to manage for us to do it in Japan the right way. Well, we are doing the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. Now, what is the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition? Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition will take place at the Hub in Matakari, which is a 15-minute walk and a 5-minute drive from the APA and the Matakari Masi Convention Hall, where we are going to be doing celebration. It is a British bar. We are going to be there from 7 to 10 p.m. on April the 17th. Tickets go on sale for this event for those who went on the Virtual Cantina family vacation this past summer on December the 1st at 9 a.m. General public tickets will go on sale on January the 1st. Now, here's the thing. Tickets are going to be $100 US for adults 16 plus and $80 for people 15 and under up until age 5. 5 and below, again, for free. Now, what does that ticket include? It includes a buffet dinner. It includes all you can drink alcohol and soda, a swag bag, and an event shirt. Once again, for your ticket, you will get a buffet dinner, all you can drink bar with alcohol and soda, a swag bag, and an event shirt. And it is all ages. We will have karaoke. We will have swag. We will have meet and greets with actors and crew members that are not part of the celebration event in itself. And those names will be announced in February of next year. We are also very, very proud to announce that Hyperspace Props will be back as the title sponsor for Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. And if you want to pre-order Sabak credits, because they will be at the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition, but also they will be vending and also running Sabak games for the 3 hours that we're going to be there. Use the code NSVCSE. That's for Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition, NSVCSE, and you will get 10% off of your purchase before con. So we're happy to have Hyperspace Props at the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. We will have sabak. We will have karaoke. We will have meet and greets. We'll have swag training. And of course, we will have shenanigans abound like we always have. Remember, if you went on the Virtual Cantina family vacation this past summer, you get first dibs of tickets for the event. If you did not go, general public tickets will go on sale on January the 1st. Tickets are $100 US, 16 and above, and $80 US, 15 under, and 5 and below are free. It includes a buffet dinner, all you could drink, swag bag, and event t-shirt. This was the best way we can give you the best Ubuntu Eve and the Not-So Virtual Cantina at the same time and still have an incredible event. Now, just let you know, there are only going to be 150 tickets available for our event. So it will sell out. If it sells out like it did in London, we'll be sold out within a day or a day and a half of public sales. So if you want to go to the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition, then you're going to want to get your tickets from there. Don't forget, once again, Hyperspace Props are the official sponsor of the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. Use the code NSVCSE if you want to pre-order your sabak credits. Once again, they will be vending at our event, as well as running sabacc games for the 3 hours that we're going to be there. So we're going to look at a couple of questions right there. As far as what kind of food there'll be in the buffet, it's going to be pub food. It's going to be Americanized with a little bit of and British food with a little bit of a Japanese flair. So the menu is not set in stone right now, but it's going to be good. I'm very excited about that. And like I said, open bar for 3 hours, included in the price. And everybody who orders a ticket, if you're in the continental United States, your swag bag and your Not-So Virtual Cantina t-shirt are going to be sent to you prior to con. And then if you're international, meaning outside the continental United States, you will be able to pick up your t-shirt and your swag bag along with, if you pre-ordered one of these bad boys right now, which is our Virtual Cantina Samurai Racer, right in time for the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. You can order those, and if you're outside the United States, you can pick up those as well at the swag table in Japan. Now, want to also show you guys that you can also pick up this great shirt right here at our TeePublic store currently, which is at teepublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. And you can get this shirt. We're going to have other shirts that are going to be available. But if you want to order the racer, you can pick up the racer available on our Facebook page, as you are a member of the world's largest Star Wars Celebration Facebook page with 70,000 members worldwide. So get psyched, get ready. We're going to make this a every other week kind of occurrence with news desks, whether it be done by me or by Mark Von Olen, our programming director. But we're very excited about the Not-So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. Once again, if you're on the family vacation, you will be on sale on December the 1st, Cyber Sunday, and general public will go on sale January the 1st. We're very excited about this. We're very excited to be able to run this event with you guys in Japan. It's going to be great to spend time with our family across the globe. It's great to spend time with our family anywhere we go, whether it's been on the family vacations past summer or when we go to cons together or anything of that nature. But get psyched, get ready, because ladies and gentlemen, we are 6 months away from Star Wars Celebration Japan. So if you got any questions, let us know. Other than that, we will see you in 2 weeks on the news desk to talk a little bit more about prep for con itself. If you have any questions about prep for Japan, feel free to comment below. I will check the comments, or you could even message me privately and we'll answer it for you from there. Sully, I do not know the exchange rate between the New Republic credits and yen. I don't think that's available right now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining us. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you soon. And as always, may the Force be with you.